Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, that is Science Unlocked, and here we are with our third session of the chapter, that is Getting to Know Plants, coming from class 6th Science NCERT textbook. Now we have already discussed multiple parts of the plant, but we are still left with two parts. That is, the first thing is about the root. Now when we talk about roots, we have multiple things over here, but the very basic aspect is with reference to its location. That is, where exactly are we going to find it. So that will going to be below the earth's surface, and it helps us with reference to encourage, that means holding the whole plant all together firmly with the soil and keeping it alive altogether. Now whenever we talk about its function, the very basic function that comes to our mind is the concept of absorption of minerals, nutrients as well as water from the soil. So whichever amount of water we are watering into the soil or into the plant, that whole thing will be absorbed by the roots only. Now the next aspect that we have is the categorization of roots, which is going to be three categories, that is taproot, fibrous root and adventitious roots. So the first part that we have is the taproot system, where we will going to find out that there will going to be a main axis, or you can say main root, which will be growing from the point of origin of root, and within that main axis there will be further extensions which will be considered as the secondary and the tertiary roots, which will be thinner as compared to the main axis of the root. So this is what is the concept related with the taproot system altogether, and these are actually the kind of root system where we will going to find out that the part is actually modified to store the food material inside it. For example, we have carrot, radish, beetroot, and many more examples we will be able to find out if we will dig deeper and deeper into the content. The next category of root that we have is the fibrous root system, where the name itself is suggesting that there will going to be a bunch of roots all together coming from a common point of origin, and we will going to find out that the size, or you can say the length of the roots, will going to be approximately same. So that is what is the aspect of fibrous root system, that there will not be any kind of main root coming from the center part and extension. This will going to be a bunch like structure altogether. For example, we have grass, spring onion, and many more such examples can be quoted over here. The next category of root that we have is the adventitious roots. Now over here we will going to find out that this is not a conventional root. Means for conventional root we have a specific point of origin from where the root axis will going to come out, whether we talk about the taproot system or the fibrous root system. But in case of adventitious root system, the root will going to originate from a point which is not the point of origin for the root. So that is how it is different from the taproot system and the fibrous root system. Now this root system is something for which you need to actually dig out the plant, or you just need to pluck out the plant, and then you will be observing. So there is a relationship between, to make it easier and not doing that particular process, what we can do is we can simply observe the venation, that is the leaf venation altogether, because we have a direct interrelation between the kind of root that we will be having in the plant and the kind of leaf venation that we have in the plant. So we will going to find out that whenever we will going to observe the reticulate venation, that plant will going to have taproot system. On the other hand, whenever there is going to be a parallel venation, it simply means that the plant will going to have fibrous root system. So that is an add-on point for which you don't have to pluck out the plant every time to find out the kind of root system it will going to have at the very first place. Now the last organ that we have to discuss about is the flower, which is also known as the reproductive part of the plant, but it consists of major 4 organs, that is the petals, sepals, pistil and stamen. Now the best way to recognize flowers is with reference to the colorful petals and the green sepals which is covering it all together. But let us see that what exactly is their importance and how exactly they are arranged all together in the whorl of the flower. So over here the very first thing that we have is about the petals, which is the colored part of the flower, which is covering the reproductive part, means it is providing the protection to the plant. Now over here I have taken a pink colored petal, but when we look into the variety of colors that are there in case of flowers, we will going to find out multiple colors as well. Now the next thing that we have is about the sepals, which is the green part of the plant, which is actually providing an additional layer of protection to the reproductive system as well as to the petals, because petals are comparatively softer than the sepals. The next part that we have is the male reproductive system, that is also called as stamen, which further consists of two parts, that is anther and filament. The anther is the main site where the male reproductive cell, that is pollen grain, will going to reside, whereas this filament is simply providing the support to the particular male reproductive system with reference to the whole whorl of the flower. The last part that we have in case of flowers is the pistil, that is the female reproductive part, which itself consists of three sections, that is the stigma, the topmost region, style, which is the connecting region between stigma and ovule, and the third part, that is the ovule, where there will going to be the female reproductive cell, which is also called as egg. So this is going to be the site of fertilization, where the pollen grain and egg will going to meet and will going to lead to the formation of seed and then fruit altogether. So this is all about the different parts of the plant that you should be aware about, which we have completed as per our syllabus. So in the next session we will going to take up a new topic. Till then, take care and keep learning.